Welcome back to Adams Autos, and the video you're about to watch is actually a little old. It's from 2019. It was a winter drive and startup and whatnot of all my vehicles I keep with me. A 2008 Saturn Aura, 2004 Oldsmobile Bravada, and the 2018 Jeep Compass. Now, I wasn't able to actually drive the Saturn in the snow because it doesn't drive good in the snow. It's never been a really good winter car. No matter if you change out the tires and alignments and all that stuff on it, it just seems to be a weakness of that car. It's only got front wheel drive on it, and spun out in it actually coming home from high school. Had that car almost 10 years and drove home in a blizzard in it one day, and drove just spun right around into the oncoming traffic lane. Luckily, there were cars that were far away, but the other two, the SUVs, they did pretty well actually. The Bravada has a permanent all-wheel drive system on it, unlike its Trailblazer sibling, and a softer suspension setup, due to the air suspension in the rear. I really feel like that's better for on-road applications. It definitely rides a lot smoother than Trailblazers I've been in from that same era, 2004 and stuff. GMT360 SUVs, if you know what I'm talking about. But the Trailblazers little firmer setup and also is selectable four-wheel drive, I believe will be better for off-road applications. So the Jeep, it did pretty well as to, it's a Jeep. I wouldn't expect anything less. It's really cool how you can pull donuts in the Bravada because it's a rear-wheel drive bias, and also the Jeep, you can drift around in a little bit and all that. So really fun winter vehicles there. So and the Jeep has heated steering wheel, heated seats, and all that, and Bravada just has heated seats. But they both drive well, pretty smooth, nice SUVs to have if you're in Michigan. And they handle potholes well too, which we got a lot of those here too. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you're driving. It's getting cold now here in 2020. Hope everybody's well, and getting ready for winter. And check out also my winter article from a few years ago about preparation and all that. I'll try to put that link in the description there too. So thanks for tuning in as always, guys, and enjoy the video, and roll on. Thanks. Hey, welcome back to Adams Autos. Doing a quick winter drive 2019 of the 2018 Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4 in snow mode, four-wheel drive lock, traction control off. It's doing very well. There's nothing out of the ordinary. You can slide around some, have some fun. I've done some drifting even last year. It takes these bumps really smoothly. I do need to inflate a tire, and I need a new wheel bearing in the rear because of Michigan roads. But so far so good with this car in the snow and year round. I have 20,000 miles on it soon, about halfway done with my lease, and I'm very satisfied so far. It's comfortable. I got my heated steering wheel, heated seats going. You've got to access all that through the touch screen here. However, there are no physical buttons down here for that. It's kind of a ding. But otherwise, this is very smooth, very capable. If you're looking for a winter vehicle, all-weather vehicle, I don't even think there's a need to jump up to the Trailhawk. This is really doing pretty good. Just looking out here for some bigger potholes. Yeah, and then hardly slides at all. Very satisfied with this purchase overall, and this lease. So I'll probably take my Bravada out for a spin too. 2004 Bravada. Last year they made those, and see how it does. It's got all-wheel drive too. And yeah, this is Michigan for you. It's a nice sight, but not necessarily the most fun thing to drive in if you don't have the right vehicle or you are not used to this type of condition. So I actually did get stuck once in this on these back roads, just fooling around, but that was my bad. I didn't have to do it, but otherwise hardly get stuck at all. So let's go ahead and get home, see what we can do with the Bravada. However, one other thing worth noting is that the Compass does seem to have some issues defogging the windows when it gets a little too cold out and whatnot. Otherwise, pretty clear, and the bottom of your windshield here is actually even heated to de-thaw your windshield wipers. So another good winter feature. So this does have the cold weather package on it. Let's go ahead and get this one out of this. So we're still in the snow. Right now my stop start is engaged. A cool trick here though is you can put your parking brake on. It'll hold the vehicle here. You just got to get going. Let's see how it does from a stop. Revs go up, but otherwise no issue. Very capable and very fun in the snow. I really like this a lot. Alright, so here's the Bravada. It has all-wheel drive too. Totally covered up. You can see just how much snow that we've gotten based on this here. And I have my wiper blades up and they are not broken, but they look like nubs. So let's get it cleaned off, get it started, see what we can do. And here's the Saturn over here. You really can't see it that well, but it does not drive good in this kind of weather. It's front wheel drive. No matter what tires I put on it and how you slow down and all that, it's just not made for this kind of weather. So we won't be taking it out this time, but let's check on the Bravada. All right, I've cleaned off the Saturn, the Bravada some. Let's do a quick cold start of this. No problem. $104,000 miles. Not bad. Needs a little service, but we'll get that done. All right, guys, we made it into the Bravada. Gotta let it thaw, but let's do the cold start, see what's happening. Kicked right off. Okay, one sec. I was just looking at my rear wiper. It looked like it froze up there for a minute. All right, so let's turn on the defrost. Let's max this out. We're gonna have to let it thaw for a minute before we take off, but we'll check things out here. So far, so good. Got 91,682 miles. Service engine light is a O2 sensor, and I got this at 88,000 miles on it earlier this year. So so far, so good. I want to see how it does in the winter, however. Jack up the heat and stuff, and we'll be rolling here in a minute. So now that I'm warmed up and the car is warmed up, we're gonna set off in the Bravada. See how it does in the snow a little bit. All right, you can definitely tell right away that this is rear wheel drive bias. Definitely spins the rear end out a little bit quicker. Very smooth ride in this. This has a rear air suspension on it. So we're gonna hit this back road here and see how it does. Try not to do anything too crazy. Oh yeah. No issues. All-wheel drive kicks right in. Very smooth, very controlled as well. I really like how quiet it is here on the highway. Right now I'm getting 18.7 miles per gallon, so that is above what the EPA says you should get. This is rated at 1521, but in the snow here, you can slide around just like in the Compass. You can get going very easily. It's got plenty of power on road and on these back roads, off-road snow. The suspension does seem a little soft for really serious off-roading, but it's pretty good for just daily use and for the snow as well. I think you'll be just fine. One thing that's important to remember is that this car does not have any of the modern safety equipment that the Jeep has. So the stability control and rollover mitigation, and even side airbags, even traction control. This does not have any of that. Oh, and I like how easy you can get back in control of it too. And see, you have to remember that when you're trying to do fun stuff, that you don't have stability control that will correct you. You just have to know what you're doing and make sure that you are while you're having fun, you're also being responsible. I do need to get some all-weather floor mats for this car. I put all-weather floor mats in my car as part of my winterization. I recommend you make sure your tires are inflated properly. I'm gonna have this engine light checked in this one. The Saturn needs new front wheel bearings on it, and the Jeep needs a rear one, but the SUVs are what you want to drive in this. And so far so good. Like I said, I have no major complaints. Turn on your brights, you can see it plenty. The fog lights actually show quite a bit too. I think that this is a good winter beater. Yeah, my other winter beater. Bought it for a little over, I think, $3,700, $3,800, $36, somewhere in that range earlier this year, and not disappointed. You know, you can have fun in it. It's comfortable. Mine has been efficient as well for what I needed it to do, and it can tow up to 6,500 pounds. So if you're looking for a cheap winter beater, keep in mind this is the kind of a luxurious version of the Trailblazer. I think one of these could be pretty good. The Bravada has a permanent all-wheel drive system, where I believe some of the other variants have a selectable four-wheel drive. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied for this to not have any safety nannies on it. I think that it's did very, very well out here so far. And this is just the first snowfall, and even in the rain and stuff, and on these back roads, it does very well. So not bad at all. I'm impressed. All right, well, I've stopped for gas here, so what do we have? Well, the Compass is at home, but overall, I feel like this is more stable out here in these sorts of conditions. This Bravada, even though it lacks all of the modern safety equipment that you would preferably want to keep you safe in these sorts of conditions, it actually drives very smooth and very stable. You know, it feels more hefty, honestly. It feels more comfortable to be in, more reassuring to be in out here, which is a surprise to me, because I expected the Compass to take it easily with all of that modern equipment on it and stuff, and it's lighter and more agile. But you know, I actually feel better in this and had more fun in this doing donuts because of the rear wheel drive bias and all that than being in the Compass. Not that that wasn't fun though. They're both very smooth out here. They both have heated seats. This has memory seats. Doesn't have a heated steering wheel, but I put these wraps on all of my cars to give it a little extra grip and warmth. Both all-wheel drive, both very good winter beaters in general. So whether you want something old or new, I think it's worth putting the Bravada on your list, Trailblazer, and the Compass, and something like that if you're looking for something a little newer. Now, there is one more vehicle that I have in my arsenal that I've got to try out here, and that is the 2020 Kia Telluride. We have one of those at home. Same thing as the Hyundai Palisade. I'm sure you've heard a lot of buzz about it, seeing it splashing around in the mud on the commercials and all that. It did great in the rain and in all that on the back roads here. I've had all of my SUVs on that now, but gotta get it down here the next snowstorm and see what it's like on the road. So let me know what you're driving. You know, if you have fun in the snow or if you hate snow. I'm not a big fan of snow personally, but these SUVs make it a lot better. So thanks for tuning in guys, for this winter drive and startups and all that. And until next time, hopefully we'll have to Telluride, but roll on. tell you, man, it's just like gliding on a cloud through these farmlands out here in this snow. Awesome. That ain't good. Gotta have fun, but be careful.